All right, guys, welcome to the very first podcast of the Luna Lounge with me and Noctis. Noctis, how you doing?
It's a work day. I'm home.
And
Uh,
today we have some very special guests. We actually have the one whose idea it was to do this type of podcast, Lulu,
It's me, Lulu. I'm here.
so
and
we could have called
some.
this Lulu Luna Lounge. Okay, cool.
Yeah, pretty much. The Lou from Luna Lounge is basically named after Lulu. And then we have
Oh,
someone who just wanted
really?
to be here. Hi, Heavy.
Hi, hi.
I mean, am I wrong?
You were asking about guests, and I volunteered. So
Yeah, hashtag shameless segue to if anyone wants to be on the next episode. We have Banana as the first person who asked to be on the next episode of the podcast. So if you want to be on the same podcast with the chaotic Banana himself, hit me or Noctis up with that
Also,
DM.
happy birthday, Flora. I'm going to be the first one to say it on stream.
Oh yes.
aha, happy birthday.
Yoink! I'll take that.
Happy birthday to Flora. Listeners won't be able to see the chat, but she just did pop into the chat. All the happy birthdays to Flora. Anyone does not know, everyone chat, go follow Flora, obviously.
tFay, I don't think we're going to hit 10,000 happy birthday, so you're going to have to up that channel point reward.
Oh, too much for that. Well, maybe instead if we have some lovely high viewers participating in the Bun gift cards that are going to be happening this stream. Hashtag shameless advertisement to our sponsor. It won't be. Well, maybe I can forgive Banana for transgressions.
So is
Yes,
is Moonbot now italicized in chat?
Yes.
Is that on purpose?
No. I've even tested that for doing. It's literally /me on Twitch itself as of right now. Will create italicized instead of a color name. So that's on Twitch. I don't know if they're gonna keep that. It could be a test. But yeah, if you're listening and you haven't seen it, try doing /me anywhere on Twitch, and you will see italicized.
That's funny.
I don't know.
That sounds like Twitch.
My running theory is that because depending on your name color, if you do /me, it makes it borderline impossible to read what you're writing. But if it's italicized, it'll create the same implication of text interpreted a different way, but at least it's universally readable. Because some people's names.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember we used to troll channel point redemptions with it a lot.
Oh my. All right.
Troll donations, yeah, of course.
So let's pretend for a second that we have actual questions to talk about. Also, disclaimer: these are not planned. These are not like hard scripted or anything like that. We're just gonna be talking, and then when we get bored of Hebi and Lulu, then we'll end the podcast there. That's pretty much how this is scheduled.
See, now I'd also like to make a disclaimer that I tried to convince tFay to make a plan for this, and he completely blew me off.
Well,
that's okay.
Conveniently, Lulu gave me questions, so I didn't have to.
No, that's okay. I got it. New questions for new streamers. Okay, cool. I got them.
All right. So let's start, I guess, with Lulu first. Lulu, how long have you been a streamer? And by how long you've been a streamer, I'm saying how long have you actually started streaming, not how long have you been affiliate or anything like that.
Alright, so I can answer this question. So I've been a streamer since September last year. It was an adventure. I can tell you how I started if you'd like.
Sure.
Well, so Monster Hunter Rise, got announced. And on Reddit, I went and searched for a few people to make a group with. And with these people, I started streaming to them Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. And that's how I started, by streaming a PSP game. And I was like, oh, streaming is actually kind of fun. My setup is really bad, but I can improve it. it I so yeah.
I would say your audio setup is fantastic, to be honest. For like someone that's claims to
Buttery
be a new streamer,
smooth.
it sounds really good.
Thank you very much. My microphone appreciates the compliment.
Lulu, if you don't mind just literally saying anything in the chat, I would normally ask for a shout out for you because most people don't actually realize you are a streamer, but I don't think people know how to spell your name.
So, you mean like how to say it?
Well, just literally
Um,
type in the chat and then they could see how to spell your name from.
oh, let's see. It's pretty much Lulu can Canlos. To be honest, I seem to have some trouble pronouncing my own name. I never thought about it.
As
No,
someone who
that's
literally has said how to pronounce his name every time someone follows, which is over 1,000 times, hashtag shameless self promo on that. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
no. I think that's actually an interesting point. Is a lot of people when they come up with their usernames don't think about what it's going to sound like to be said out loud. And like, how do you introduce yourself when you have 19 numbers at the end of your name?
I feel called out.
I was about to say, are you calling out Heavy?
Not Heavy specifically.
Well, you know what? It was actually easier because I had another name when I started. Like I switched, like yeah, in February maybe I switched my name. Before I was like Lulu bedtime streaming, because I always streamed at the evening, and my stream were meant to have this relaxing vibe with chill hop and lo-fi. So it was that, so to put people to sleep, pretty much.
I
Go to
mean,
bed with my voice.
I know I did not think my name through. For the few people who don't know, tFay was not in any way remotely attached to what I was supposed to be called when I set up my name. Because my name is officially tFay Yue, and I figured everyone would see the word Yue, recognize it as a word, and then there's no other way to pronounce tFay. It's either tFay or Tifa, either way, right? The problem that I ran into is that I forgot if you're not Asian, you're not going to recognize the word. So
Yep.
everyone butchered my name beyond all reason until one streamer said, "You know what? I'm calling you tFay because that's easier to say," and I kind of just stole it.
I think that's a cute way to say it.
I think Banana has a classic name of a classic name that people mispronounce all the time.
The banana
Anytime he
lance
follows,
to
it's fun.
Zambi.
Yeah, like which like, come on, it's Banana. I don't understand how that one's hard.
Someone,
you'll
I
get
heard
people-
someone earlier say banana LCD.
Oh my god! Why?
Oh, it's amazing.
No, that's not how to mispronounce that name. Oh my gosh. I mean, Noctis, I bet your name is never mispronounced. Your name is basically set up perfectly so that people are pronouncing it correctly.
Yeah, I know. What's my favorite so far? Not Salem or something like that. You completely missed some letter. Whatever.
But I normally would say that how can you say it's pronounced Noct Salem because the A is the cap, but then I realized how I capitalized my name. I can't. But you know.
Dr. Salam alaikum.
Yeah, like Salem. Yeah, like Salem, Oregon, Salem, Massachusetts. Yeah, I don't like. Isn't that what capitalizing the letters is supposed to help with? People identify words as being separate.
I mean, it's still better than the old days when every name was just XX, name XX, capital X,
gosh.
lowercase x, name lowercase x, capital X. And it's just like, oh my gosh. Why is this the culture of how to create a new username? Like, I'd take that numbers are better any day. Personally, I'd rather keep the give me Hebi 89.
And no, Hebi only has 2 numbers. That's easy enough.
Yeah, the problem
Fortunately,
is I never remember if people have underscores before the numbers or not.
you mean like my
Oh, that's
wife?
fair.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like
like your
Yuki.
wife. Like if I remember that, it's just like Hebi 89, right? Or I'm gonna call someone in chat right now. Erock 412, right? Do they? If I'm just thinking, all right, Erock 412, I can remember really easy. But then later on, I can be like, but is it Erock 412 or Erock underscore 412? Fuck. It's impossible to actually remember. Oh my god.
So Hebi, okay, we asked Lulu, how did you get your start? streaming?
I mean, I've had my account for several years. I don't exactly remember when I started it, and I don't want to pull that up right now. But I mostly did it when I had my first PS4. I just kind of set it up to play with it and show friends, like if I was playing something in a game. And I never really messed with it from there. But then, like after all this pandemic stuff happened and all that other stuff, I started playing around with it and looking into it with my friend Coda, who now goes by Harley, Kitten in the Discord.
Oh yeah.
But sorry, my brain blanked for a second. I started in October. We just started streaming to see what we could do with it and stuff, and mostly it was just friends and stuff. And then Kitten ran into tFay in a group. I'm not exactly sure. How did you two meet?
Me and Noctis?
No, Kitten, Harley.
Oh, me and Kin. Okay. So basically, I was co-streaming with another streamer, right? And we were basically talking, and then they were asking, or like I don't remember what the question was. They were just talking about like, the other streamer was reading out their comment aloud, and there was talking about like being a new streamer and stuff like that. And then I asked if I was allowed to give advice, and I was like, "Hey, I can help you out." Yada yada yada. And then they just immediately showed up in my chat like, "I'm here for help." Like, I was assuming this is gonna be like later, but okay. Feel free to join, and then Discords and all that jazz. And for those who know me, did my
Yeah.
Project Leap stuff. I think this is before it was Project Leap at the time. This is in the Gestalt era for everyone who remembers that, but. Yeah, and then basically he introduced me to Hebi, or they introduced me to Hebi,
Yeah.
and then completely ran off. And I stuck with Hebi, but Kitten has returned to us recently, and we love having her, and it's all a fun time.
Yeah, but yeah, thanks to Kitten for introducing me to tFay, I pulled into the Discord and basically just rooted myself in there very deeply. Became not tFay's unofficial adopted son, even though I'm older than him. And tFay and a few others helped me get the followers I needed, and our other friends, Lila, and I believe it was another streamer named Fahrenheit, who we don't really talk to a lot, but I've seen them around. Rated me to help me get the
Son of
views
a
to hit
bitch.
affiliate in like less than a week after I started officially streaming regular, and it was really impressive how the community came together.
You know what? I know we don't want to address chat too much, but I think we need to take a second to address Banana somehow hacking Twitch. I don't know how he did it, but he did it.
Yeah, so for those who don't know, we are currently giving away 3 $10 gift cards to our lovely sponsor, PandaBuddyStudios.com, which has lovely merch for me, Noctis, and many other streamers. If you want to check that out, just say merch or stickers in the chat for that link. And the first giveaway just happened, and Banana won again, despite all the people spamming in the chat to join the giveaway.
This is
I'm almost
after
convinced Banana is almost always the first one to join these things. I wonder if there's a glitch.
There's not. I've tested it before stream.
and these get like the 3 giveaways that I did, he won. He joined at different times.
The banana power is just too strong.
That RNG.
Whatever. But yeah, guys, if you're listening to this post live, and you feel like you miss out on little giveaways, I guess I'll just put myself in a corner, and we're going to be giving away at least 1 gift card every single podcast that we happen to do for Panda Buddy Studios. So every
Ooh.
time we do a live podcast, if you want a chance at a gift card, feel free to show up. We won't necessarily always be giving 3, but we'll see how things go.
Seriously, Banana, go buy a lotto ticket. I like it.
Yeah. Also,
Seriously.
Banana, go buy a lotto ticket and then use that lotto ticket on PandaBuddyStudios.com. Hashtag shameless sponsor. So, Lulu, I know I know how Hebi's grown his audience because Hebi has basically been with our community as it grew into what it is today. How have you grown your audience?
Oh, how did I grow my audience? Let's see. So, when I started streaming, it was for my Monster Hunter friends. And then I started going to other Discord servers, going to other streamers, and interacting with them because I heard networking is really necessary to be able to grow on the platform. So I went that way, and that way was like, hi there, want to chat? And 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 yeah, they had Discord servers, and I went in there and and made myself a part of their community. And that's pretty much how I got my following, so to say. Indeed. I do remember that at the beginning, like a, a lot of these people went to watch me. But I do notice that the novelty wears off at one point, and and they don't anymore. Um, but overall, I've met very lovely people there. Very lovely people, including one that drew my avatar, which is very, very lovely. Thank you, Uchi. So yes.
What
Oh,
what
here's the
is your
question.
avatar exactly?
Oh.
What what is my avatar? Well, I will answer this. In Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, there's the final boss of the game, which is a big white fat potato that swims in ice water and that spits ice rays at you. And when I played the game as a child, I never could defeat it. And it was my one goal, streaming the game, to go back there and finish what I started a decade ago. And that's what I did. I went there as a solo player, and with my trusty fire blade, I pierced the heaven and succeeded at winning the game. And that's when I transitioned from like Lulu bedtime streaming to Lulu Canlos because the monster is called Yukonlos. So I just took my name, stamped it onto the monster's name, and tape duct taped it. And yeah, that's what happens. And that's what the monster is. On the avatar. Yes, indeed.
Cool. I honestly was.
I'm just
so
enjoying
curious.
listening to their voice.
Yeah, so there are so many compliments. Again, for those who can't see the chat, everybody loves Lulu's voice right now. It's actually hysterical. All the compliments are being thrown all over the place. It matters. It's like no one even wants anyone else to talk. We're just gonna keep asking. Can we go away?
Gee,
I-
thanks. I feel so loved.
I love you guys as well.
You are love. We just don't want you to talk.
You even censored my midriff.
Well, this is a PG-13 stream, you know. Or if you want to look at it another way, that's because your midriff is the only part that's actually identifiable as you. So we have to put the name tag where it counts.
Gotta go where the eyes are drawn, right?
Exactly.
I want to.
PG-13,
I-
so we get one F-bomb. All right, everybody save it for something good.
I'm sorry, Lulu, you were saying?
I want to thank the viewers for being in the chat in the stream today. I think we all appreciate it. So thank you very much. and I hope you enjoy yourselves.
Yeah.
There. I said my piece.
Cool. All right.
Okay, so I was gonna say, Hebi, I got a question for you. So
Okay.
we know how you started, we know how you grew. So the question is, have you found success with any certain games in particular?
Oh, I'm so glad you
Really,
asked that.
my biggest growth was probably starting with Hollow Knight because it's just a gorgeous game and everybody seems to enjoy watching it. My only full playthrough so far on Twitch was been Star Wars Fallen Order, which was really enjoyable. I don't feel like I had the biggest audience on that, but it did seem to garner quite a few views. So I don't know. Um, I'm kind of all over the place because of my ADHD and stuff, so I don't stick with a lot of games very long unless I find something about them that really pulls me in. Um, I'm actually kind of contemplating what I'm going to play next. I have been playing Heroes of Tassos, but that hasn't really drawn a lot of attention. That's mostly just been me playing by myself on stream.
So that what it is. This is probably the most common thing that I see streamers talk about, especially new streamers. So I definitely want this to be a talking point, which basically is a perfect segue for this. When you choose a game, right? What is your logic between choosing a game? Because we could argue, Hebi picked Here's a Talos, right? Tassos, whatever that game is called.
Rogue
And
Heroes.
yeah, Rogue Heroes, and he was having tons of fun with it, and it was great, but it was not necessarily bringing in new viewers. Now let's ignore all the obvious jokes we can make of people don't like Heavy. All right, let's just get past those. Pretend we said them, haha. Now let's focus on the idea that is the game too niche to bring in anyone new, especially with the way the Twitch algorithm works?
Well, I can.
I'm
Is
Oh,
this
go
more?
ahead.
Do you want me to, or is this for the two new
Anyone
streamers? that
really?
have been streaming
Anyone
for
really?
long?
Someone talk.
Well, I think that, let's see, a game that brings in viewers, but that is still niche enough that you're going to be one of the only people playing it. Um, yeah, that is true too. I did like hear a lot as well that it's useless to to stream a game that is like 1,000 streamers because you're going to be on the last page and not a lot of people are going to find you. Um, so I do think that a game that is good to stream, it has to not be too, or should I say, too niche either, because um, the people are not going to find you. I mean, if you go and play like Barbie's Dream Home, I mean, maybe there's only an audience for that, but maybe there won't be as many people as there could be, and your growth is going to be really slow. But I was actually surprised, like, that playing an old game like Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, that there were a few people coming here and there, and that would drop follows. But it surprised me because who watches that? I guess people like to experience their childhoods and see other players, like see their reactions to the content that they played in their lives and that themselves got very excited about. Um, I think I'm going on a tangent here.
No,
But
I
you're
actually
fine.
I agree with you.
I was going to interject actually because you actually sparked a thought that I had a very similar view of Twitch when I first knew about it and was involved with it. I never really saw a huge appeal in just watching other people play games. It felt like to me like watching sports on TV and stuff is like it just never really appealed and I would rather play the game and maybe talk to friends or something like that. But then I started looking into it more and like when I found tFay in them of the social aspects and the chat and the just the interaction between the content creator and his audience or their audience. Um, and I really liked the idea of that of being able to connect, especially like nowadays. I think this pandemic has created a huge market opportunity for new content creators because there's so many more people looking for an outlet and like social aspect that blend both their hobbies and the ability to interact with people since they can't really, get out and actually associate with people on the regular like most people normally do.
I would say there's a couple. I won't say call them easy answers. Like I think Pokemon in general is a great answer to the what should you stream, just because it's a popular franchise that there are tons of fans for every game that's come out. Like, you could probably go find someone watching Pokemon Ranger right now.
Hmm. Won't that be you soon?
But yeah, apparently I'm gonna be playing Pokemon Ranger soon. But and if you don't feel like playing Pokemon, just Google greatest games ever. Look at the list of the top 50, and you could pick any one of them because we're talking about games that even if they're like Ocarina of Time and came out 25 years ago, people are still talking about them to this day. And especially with the old games, and new versions come out, like the remakes or the HD versions, like Skyward Sword just came out on the Switch. You're gonna have people that are looking for Skyward Sword, and now there's multiple avenues to find it.
I actually want to say that these old games too, by now, they are getting an insane amount of replayability due to the randomizers that come out. I mean, like you were talking about Ocarina of Time, and oh my god, like I wasn't aware of randomizers until like recently, so to say. But it really takes this old game and that you knew so well as a child and completely flips it around. And I think that's so entertaining to watch too, because your viewers experience this fresh content with you at the same time. It's also familiar, but so different too. So yeah, yeah.
It's actually crazy how Pokemon works, and if you actually get if you're over the more quote unquote skilled variety, and I'm saying this acknowledging I'm not, you will see the most ridiculous playthroughs, at least on YouTube if you're not watching the streamers live, because they usually post them on YouTube. I recently just watched one that was posted yesterday by Smallant, one of the most famous Pokemon streamers right now, and he beat Pokemon without dealing damage directly first try in like 6 hours. And it's like, can you just imagine that you could try your hardest in Pokemon and you're still slower than a person who doesn't actually attack?
That sounds crazy.
I will link it in the chat for anyone who's curious on the video.
But yeah, Pokemon. I mean, uh, it's a very popular franchise. As you say, there's many people that play all the games, and yeah, many challenges. Actually, there's like a Nuzlocke challenge that's very popular, I think.
Yeah, Nuzlockes are very popular. Randomized I think it's just Pokemon is so simple that it's so easy to provide your own rules, limitations, stuff like it's kind of like channel rewards throughout the entire playthrough. Like people love doing channel rewards for bans or limitations or whatever. Like for us Monster Hunter streamers, making it so we can't heal or have to use a certain item is very common. And it's just very easy to apply that to Pokemon for people to understand that. Now,
Pokemon offers a chance to interact with your viewers. You can name your Pokemon after them. Who doesn't like that? It's exciting.
Now for
It's
the
very true.
newer streamers, I guess. What do you think of this? I've had my own rants on this on the Pokemon Sword and Shield category controversy. I'm not sure if you understand what this.
I
I'm
don't
not
even know what that
big
means.
on the genre, so I'm
So
not fully aware.
basically, the idea is because Pokemon and Sword and Shield is the most popular category of Pokemon, naturally, You're going to, if you're streaming Pokemon, literally make that your category regardless of what game you're doing. So if you're playing Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Sword and Shield is your category. If you're doing Pokemon, Emerald Randomizer Nuzlocke with, 360 spins, Pokemon Sword and Shield is your category. Because it actually increases the odds of people going to find you. It's if you look up the biggest Pokemon streamers, their category is always Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Like, it makes sense from a marketing standpoint, but I feel like it's a little dishonest.
Oh, well,
I do.
it is 100% dishonest.
We're not here to be honest, Hebi. We're here to make money.
But wouldn't that be against like Twitch's policy rules or
So
something?
you would think so, and I think this is I think Pokemon is just one of those unique cases where all of Pokemon is kind of grouped under one giant umbrella. I mean, because let's say if you're doing a randomizer of Pokemon Emerald, and is that really Pokemon Emerald? Because that's not actually Pokemon Emerald, right? That's technically a modified version that just happens to have Pokemon Emerald elements, as it were. And so this is just an assumption. I don't know anyone from Twitch or anything like that. Well, actually, I know someone who knows someone for Twitch, so maybe I could ask them. But anyways, yeah. So this is just what I've seen. You can always get away with doing Pokemon Sword and Shield. I've seen Pokemon, Bingo, I think of what it's called, like a Pokemon race bingo, and then the category is just Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Wow. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't seen much on the Pokemon side of it, but this is reminding me of other things. Like, there's been a lot of controversy I've seen on Twitter going around about certain tags being used in streamers. Things like, I don't want to get too into any of it, but like the LGTP or LGBT, sorry, my tongue got twisted. Plus tag being used by allies. I've seen a lot. Like, I don't really get it all, and I try not to get involved in it, but it seems to be a major backlash from the community with allies using the tag because it's
Mhm.
I mean,
attracting the wrong.
I support them, but I'm not actually part of that community, so I can't comment on my opinion on allies using the tag.
Yeah, it's like a really weird, like, kind of. It seems like it would just be based on opinion, but I don't know.
Hmm.
And yeah, well, I guess the premise is very similar to the Pokemon Sword and Shield one, right? Where if people are looking up categories, all right, let's ignore this chair for a second. As a viewer, if you're looking up a category or a tag for anything, even outside Twitch, you want accurate results. So if you're looking up a tag, whether that be Pokemon or LGBTIQA plus, whatever, you want to find exactly that. And if someone else is using that and they're not actually that category, that tag, it's kind of like cheating, as it were.
You can report him. It is against the terms of service to not be doing what you have your category set to. So if you're doing
I was
Pokemon Sword
aware
and
of that.
Shield, you can't be playing. Yeah, it is against the terms of service, and you can be reported. But how many people are going to report you?
Yeah,
Then all
especially
you
if
have to
you're a
do is
big
say,
streamer.
yeah. But what gets me, if you're a big time streamer, why would you bother doing the wrong category anyway? If you're pulling in 100 people, or even 50, or even 30, you don't really need that like misleading category to get there. As for like the LGBTQIA, problem is it's easy enough to say you're an ally. How do you not, like, sure you don't fall into those category, but to say you're not an ally, you now have to prove that person isn't an ally. It's too hard to do something like that. I think that's why it's so easy to take advantage of.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I wasn't
mean,
trying to like start a discussion on it or anything. I was trying to draw a similarity and realized I'd pulled it in the wrong direction. So
no. It's
It's all good.
it's definitely fine to discussion, and it's honestly the same premise or whatever. But I guess for the sake of a streamer based topic, and this goes for everyone, feel free to chime in for those live in the audience right now. What are your thoughts in terms of like boundaries when it comes to your viewers and like relationships with the viewers in terms of like how close you want to be and stuff like that. Because I know many streamers don't even acknowledge the names of their viewers. They'll just read off the commentary and then they'll just respond to said commentary. Versus, obviously, if you know my community, I'm very I try to be as close as possible with my viewers and build up a very close knit community, as it were.
I'll
Let's
let Lulu
see.
start.
Yeah, I can say a few things about that. So, boundaries between the streamer and the viewer is a question I've been asking myself for a while, actually. Um, well, first of all, I think my boundary is I'm I'm not a therapist, so how should I say? If the person is having a bad time, I can do my best to cheer them up with my content, but I can't really give professional advice. Um, but I do think mentioning the name of the person and interacting is well that that's very lovely. That's what Twitch is about. As you say, tFay, a close knit community. But yeah, um, you like I heard a lot that it's very easy on Twitch or in the streaming world in general to 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 have this development of the viewers actually learn more about you than you learn about the viewers. Um, I don't really remember how it's called. Um, and my brain feels kind of mushy, so excuse me if I'm kind of slow. but yeah, like they might treat you as a friend when you might have less of an inclination to do that because you don't know them as well as they know you. I think it does that answer anything. I don't know. I feel like I'm just talking, just
Well,
talking.
I mean, guys, remember this is a podcast. The entire point is for us to be just talking. So never feel like, oh no,
Absolutely.
I shouldn't be talking. You know, if we're not responding, it's just because we're letting you talk. Unless
Um,
it's Hebi, I'm
Uh,
gonna interrupt Hebi.
I had an ADHD moment and forgot what the initial question was.
The initial question was just kind of discussing how much commenting on the different types of relationships between viewers and streamers, where some streamers
Right,
put up
right.
hard boundaries and some like try to build up that close community.
I think there's a lot of variation on that simply because every streamer is different, every audience member is different. For like someone like me starting out, I try and get as involved as I can with the audience, not like into their personal lives or anything like that, but trying to be interactive with them and building the relationships that help a community grow. Whereas someone that's higher up, they get hundreds of viewers at a time, maybe even thousands, and it's hard to even keep track of chat. So they kind of have to widely address everybody, and unless they have like, donated shout outs or things like that they have where you get your text read aloud on stream or all that jazz. But it's a lot harder to build those closer relationships for those kind of scoops. And then you also have like the female streamers who get harassed, or I'm sure it happens to some male streamers too.
Oh my
Um,
gosh, yeah,
and
that's
all
an
around
entire
that.
other kind of worms.
But
That is
that's
entire
get
like
yeah.
since I put up
So
this PNG, so many people have been hitting me up. Oh my god.
poor
And,
Noctis.
and Noctis,
I mean,
what if I wanted a sticker version of that PNG? Where could I get that?
Oh, you
I
know
mean,
what?
I'm
You
basically
could get it on
prostituting
our
my
sponsors
midriff with the channel
website.
point reward.
PandaBunnyStudios.com, the finest brand new stickers you can get on the internet.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, guys, and obviously I am accidentally intentionally censoring Heavy's midriff, but if you go to his channel, you can actually turn on the midriff with a channel reward, which is honestly an amazing idea.
that tFay
Wait,
inspired
okay, so,
and paid
so
for.
are Lulu and Hebi both streaming this right now?
I don't know.
Me?
I'm
Me?
not live. No.
No, I'm not
Okay.
live. It's 2
I
a.m.
was curious on that because I wasn't, and I was like, wait, these two, man, should I have been streaming this? Well,
No,
I'll make
I
the
think it
mistake.
would have been too chaotic for me to be able to focus on everything all at once. I think it's good to just share tFay's link. And actually, I need to make sure I'm hosting. But yeah. I should be because you're like
Oh,
on the top list of my host channel. So
Yeah, I
sure.
mean,
So,
so for those who don't know, I just want to clarify for the when Heavy said tFay paid for it. Um, what I have art giveaway. So if you look at the community channel awards right now, we have an art giveaway, which is the current one is the NAD art giveaway challenge. And basically, when the channel award is met, we have a giveaway in the Discord! Exclamation point Discord if you want to join that. It is free. You don't have to be a sub or anything to enter, and you literally can just win art by the artist, and I pay for it. This is just my way of supporting the artists in my community and all of that stuff. Speaking of, we also have a custom music giveaway happening right now in the Discord. If you wish to have some custom music for your new stream, all the new streamers want a jingle or something else, little cute sound effect, feel free to go enter that custom music giveaway. It is free to enter.
oh my god, I wonder if me or you could win it, tFay, we could make a sound for the podcast. I'm just saying.
God damn it, you're gonna make me enter my own giveaway, aren't you?
I mean, is it really that hard to Google pictures of hedgehog and find the one that's going to be cutest, the one that makes Arrow just like, oh my god, that wins.
Are you saying that everyone in the chat should totally be Googling pictures of a hedgehog and entering the giveaway for free? That's totally free.
But I mean,
Everyone
yeah,
can do that?
but how are they going to tFay? How
I
would
mean,
they do that? They would have to be part
following
of
the guidelines that tFay set forth, I technically win by default.
Not if someone finds a better picture of said hedgehog in the VODs.
And it's up to Arrow Jess Heavy is the thing.
You gave us a reference picture, said find a picture as close as possible to this picture. So I copied a version of that picture to my computer and re-uploaded it.
Fair enough. All right, let's ask the very scary, hard question that no one likes. So, what do you do when it's the opposite problem? You don't have people in chat that you can communicate and connect with. What do you guys do? Out of curiosity.
Right? I can answer this. So
I
what do I
can't,
do
so
when there's no one, absolutely no one, just a breeze? Let's see. Well, what do? I talk to myself, like I do my best to like try to talk to an imaginary person. Let's see. I'm playing and I'm just commenting on the action, which is very, how should I say, that's something I tend to do a lot because I have children and I have to describe a lot of what I'm doing. So that's not so different. And when I was playing Monster Hunter, I was like, oh, I'm running to the swamp and there's the monster taking a poop in the corner between the trees. Something like that.
I feel like it would be
trying to.
really enjoyable to listen to you broadcast Monster Hunter like your what's his name who does the like documentary series.
Did you
David
just seriously say
Attenborough?
what's his name like the person who does documentary series? As if
The-
that's so vague.
Everyone knows who I'm talking about, like the really famous guy who does the smooth, relaxing voice on like the nature documentaries.
Do you
Why
wanna
can't I
go-
think of his name?
Oh, apparently
My brain
people.
is-
I
Actually,
have
that
absolutely
honestly
no
sounds
idea
like
who
a
that
good.
is.
Sounds like a funny YouTube series where you have someone doing Monster Hunter World or a game with big monsters like that, and they're doing it as a documentary, like a Planet Earth documentary.
I
Sounds
That
cool.
sounds
mean,
kind of funny.
Lulu, if you ever want to come onto my Monster Hunter streams and just voice over what is happening, I'll mute the game and feel free just to act like we're watching wildlife as I run around screaming and provide commentary. I'm sure everyone will like that.
Well, if you will have me, that's an offer I will accept, indeed. But yeah, I think that new streamers that don't have an audience yet,
David
that's
Attenborough.
trying to build.
Did I say it earlier or
Yeah.
no? Okay.
Yeah, David Attenborough is the name, I think. But yeah, they really have to like keep talking. So that's something else I keep hearing everywhere. You have to talk and never be quiet if you want to be a streamer. Yeah,
So,
something like that.
I can go 50-50 on that.
I'm about
It's no,
the
not
worst
in
example of
not
that
in
because
like
I'm bad at talking and I'm quiet.
So it's not so much that I at least personally believe, obviously, it's not so much that I feel like that is a very common misconception that a lot of new streamers basically grasp onto too much, and then they feel like they end up overworking themselves, where you have to be talking every single possible second. So I personally believe in what is known as like a 10-second rule, as it were, where if someone shows up to your stream, they're going to judge you within the first 10 seconds on whether or not they actually enjoy your content or not. And then they're going to decide if they want to stay or leave. That's why so many people wish to be very good looking, because people come and they see someone pretty and then they stay because the person is pretty. Now, even if you're not talking per se, right? Let's say you just don't have anything to say, or just you're focused or something like that. There's many other ways to entertain the chat, whether it be have stuff on your overlay or you're just very interactive. This is also why VTubers are so popular. VTubers can easily get away with not talking because
or you're in a
an
swimsuit
anime
in a hot
character.
tub, and apparently that's all it takes. God damn.
Like, I'm not
Still
promoting,
laughing at
that everyone has to be prettier on Twitch or anything like that. Just it helps, just objectively.
We all can't be Hebi's midriff, We try, but we can't. We can't all be that.
I see, but that's actually a very good point. Yeah, that a stream is not, it is really a package of many things. And this 10-second rule is actually really accurate. So yeah, thank you for teaching me.
Yeah, like I said, this is not a good question for me because I am both quiet and bad at talking, and I'm still working on both of those issues.
I mean, well, the whole point of this podcast, outside of that we don't have a direction of what we're going to talk about, #episode1, hashtag calling out people who are calling us out in the chat. We want to bring in new streamers and, just talk about those things. Talk about those new streamer problems, as well as, promote people. Because I bet your ass everyone is going to be following Lulu after this podcast.
Yeah, Lulu's doing very well after this.
Oh, my command isn't in the chat. It's only in Discord. Okay. I keep forgetting that.
So, yeah, I kind of want to ask questions too.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
If that's all right.
Go for it.
So, Hebi, what kind of setup do you have to stream? Like physically?
Oh, just equipment wise? Well, computer specs. I have them listed on my about page, but I can't think of them off the top of my head. My microphone, actually, it's just a cheapy Amazon condenser mic made by Newer. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it. Neewer, and it is the NW800 model. I found a really good deal on it. It was $45 for the mic, the arm, the power supply, and basically everything I needed just to get started. And I was actually really surprised at, because I found it on YouTube, that somebody compared basically a $50 mic to a $5,000 mic, and I almost couldn't tell a difference between them. So I was just like, I want to try that.
That's fascinating. So you actually run your mic through an amp into your setup? Huh?
It's not actually an amp. It's just a. Well, I guess it is. It plugs into the back through a regular microphone hookup, and then it converts it to a the littler plug, I'm having a brain fart. 3.5 millimeter. But yeah, it has a
So
power
good.
switch that I have to turn on to actually boost the power for it to pick up on. And I think that's why sometimes stuff comes across as a bit quieter in a lot of my setups, because it's got a really strong like background noise cancellation and stuff. So
I see. Do you actually have a special streaming room?
not currently. I guess you weren't around during the whole Hebi week, but a lot of followers in here are aware of my situation. I had a plumbing leak issue with my home that damaged a lot of my house and made it basically unlivable. And I was fighting for the longest time with insurance and contractors and a bunch of other stuff. And I've been living out of hotels and now a temporarily leased apartment. So I actually just got a desk that I could actually do a proper setup on again, and it's so much more comfortable than I was originally just set up on a little dresser in the corner of our hotel room.
I see. First of all, I'm sorry that you had so much trouble. Like that sounds horrible. But
Uh,
but
Do we still have the command
but
for that?
yeah.
I don't even know.
I don't. But which one?
Was it house or
I mean, you guys can keep talking. I can look to see if the command
yeah?
still exists.
But there's a link in there with my GoFundMe and all the other stuff going on, which tFay did a whole week of busting his butt helping me raise funds to get stuff started on that. And through that and community and a bunch of other stuff that I finally got insurance to clear, I've actually raised probably about a third of the funds that my goal in the GoFundMe were.
And there's the command.
Hey, look at there.
I,
Home.
I was gonna get there eventually.
So we've got enough to get started and get the major stuff started on and worked through. I'm still working on how I'm going to get the rest of it done because it was an older home, and the more we pull back, the more problems we find. So it's kind of one of those things where we can't just leave this the way it is. We have to fix it too, otherwise it's going to cause problems later down the road and cost us more money.
So
Yes.
here's a question for and this one even works for tFay. So how long did you wait before your first stream that you co-streamed with someone else?
That's actually a really good
Who was
question.
my first
Well,
coach?
actually, I can tell you that it was uh 2 weeks ago or something. It it was in Monster Hunter Rise. Um, I co-streamed with another streamer called Rikuziel, and it was a lovely time. It was one of the first times that I played multiplayer actually in a Monster Hunter game. Um, and yeah, that was when pretty much recently after 7 months of streaming.
I am not sure. I want to say it was very early on because I ended up doing tabletop simulator streams. I just generally don't remember if the other people were streaming it at the time that I ended up that I was, but I never really put that much thought into co-streaming as in like if people wanted to co-stream or not, I was good with it. I never even checked half the time if people were streaming when I did stuff with them. Like I didn't even think about if any of you guys were going to be streaming this podcast or not. I was just like, I'm just going to go live. People can stream their own end. I don't care.
I thought about just stream sniping you, like opening a Google Chrome window, going live. But like at that point, it doesn't really make sense. Like if I'm not interacting with chat, all I'm doing is streaming it live. And me and tFay share a lot of viewers.
Which you
Is
don't
the
even
other
have to
thing.
do that, Noctis. You can just host the stream on your channel, and you can still interact with your chat from your dashboard.
But that doesn't count as a stream.
That's fair. Hold on one second.
It's
Okay.
I mean, y'all can keep going. I just gotta mute.
oh man, yeah. I can't. I don't. I think the first time I ever co-streamed was either tFay or Kim is Great, and I think it was an actual Among Us stream.
I did Among Us
Oh,
with
man.
you. Gosh, I forgot Among Us thing.
Among Us is a thing.
I also
Not-
say Among Us is. Oh my gosh! I also forgot. I literally wrote this today. I did make Among Us references in the Mayo-chan fan fiction I wrote for her contest today. There are a
Yep, I've
couple of
seen it.
snippets in the Discord, so go check
Unless
that
I
out.
see some lemon slash stuff, I don't read fan fiction.
What?
Hard rule.
What did I just come back to?
I was referencing how in the fan fiction I wrote for Mayo-chan. For those who don't know, Mayonnaise with Bread's a Twitch streamer, friend of mine. She has a fan fiction contest, and I'm known for making up stories, so I was asked to write a story. And I wrote, like, I think of roughly 2,300 words today. I don't know if I want to write more, because the thought of writing a training arc exhausts me. We'll see. But if you do want to hear that story, I will be reading that story on stream, or I'm just gonna throw this out there because I know chat wants it. Lulu, if you ever want to read, if you want to read my fan fiction on stream, I'm sure my chat will literally pay channel points for that.
Sure, if you desire, I can try my best to read.
Well, it
But
is up to you.
So you are very good at improvising, I heard.
Yeah, so I hate planning things. To the point that, for those who don't know, one of my old jobs before pandemic was that of a teacher. I didn't lesson plan. I literally looked up what subject I was teaching that day, and I walked up and taught a lesson on it. And I just made up everything because I hate, planning things. And when it comes to stories, I basically just tell the story and alter the story based on how people react live. So I do find that I'm much better with live stories compared to like just literally writing a story. So sorry if my fan fiction is not up to snuff.
It's really kind of fascinating that you observe the reactions and direct your tale that way.
Well, it's kind of like, I mean, that's one of my personal strategies when it comes to streaming, right? I mean, you do one thing, and if you see that it's not getting a good reception in chat, first of all, if you're going to copy me, don't say, sorry, all right, I'll never do, like, don't go into a big spiral of depression. It makes everyone feel awkward, right? Just casually change the mood, change the way things are going, right? I mean, if people are talking about a topic and the topic isn't comfortable, bring up Heavy's midriff, and obviously we're all going to be talking about that.
I see.
It's 100% to work. I mean, look at that. So now chat's all thinking about Heavy's midriff and going, God damn it, tFay, why are you covering up his midriff?
It's I'm actually not aware of what this midriff is.
We're
Oh,
talking about my belly
tFay,
button.
Please put the PNG on screen. Full PNG, full midriff.
the
fill
full
the screen.
PNG.
Just fill the screen with it. Nothing but heavy belly button.
Okay, I have to get the original file, so just give me a second to keep on talking.
To be fair, I posted a clip of just the midriff.
So exactly, how did the midriff come about, Heavy? How about you give us the backstory on it?
Oh, that's gonna be good.
I had no say whatsoever in the art that was done. It was a contest that tFay did that I won, and I just gave reference photos and told them what I liked, and I wanted to see their own artistic flair on it. Apparently, P-chan does a bit of 18 plus artwork, and I believe they toned it quite a bit down for me.
Oh my god. If I can get one person on a YouTube channel asking, where can I see a video of this midriff, I will be happy. That's all I want.
Clip it. Banana clip it.
Big shout outs to the chat getting very excited at the midriff and telling me to move the midriff so the closed captions don't cover it.
That is an amazing belly button.
No. P-chan is an amazing artist. They are in the artist promotion channel on the Discord if anyone wants to hire them. I am currently on the next phase of a big project I've been working on them. that I told them about 5-6 months ago. So and we're only on phase 2. Hopefully the pace will pick up a bit faster, but it's a big thing. Yes, everyone hire Peachan and get something with a midriff.
Absolutely.
This is some
Okay.
really good art.
Let's start a trend.
Yeah, that's fair. Let's
Kind of like the what kind of emote.
Yeah, that'd be cool. My next question was going to be: so, how long do you guys decide to stream for? Like, what do you have a goal that you want to reach, and then you just go past it, or how do you guys decide when to call it quits?
Wait, are you talking about like as an individual stream, or like you're saying when are they retiring?
It doesn't matter. In general.
I believe he's talking about just time frame for a single stream, and
Yeah.
I never really set a goal, but I like to try and make sure I have at least an hour and a half to 2 hours to do it, because that seems a fair amount for most people. I mean, I definitely end up going past that a lot because I'm having fun what I'm doing, or I get distracted, or chat is really active and I want to keep that interaction going because it's pleasant. But I generally don't have a set goal time of, oh, okay, I'm going to start at this time, I'm going to end at this time. And especially because my schedule is so chaotic right now with everything going on in my life that I spoke about earlier, I am very lucky to even have the opportunity to stream when I do. So I try and take advantage of that when I can and just jump on, which I think has also affected my growth a bit. I think it would have been a bit better if I had a more solid schedule that people could follow and be like, okay, I know he's going to be streaming these days, and these days, so we can tune in more and help him grow. Whereas right now it's just like, oh, he's live, I didn't even know he was planning something.
Yeah, we schedules are a very magical thing.
Magical, I love it.
And then you have someone
Yeah.
like tFay, who is fortunate enough to be able to stay at home and do it full time, and has a set schedule
We
that
don't have
everybody.
a sugar mama like tFay does.
I wasn't going to say anything like that, but tFay is very reliable in being on at specific times, and I see the people that regularly watch him are usually even in there, like right as he goes live or right before he goes live, even sometimes. And it's really impressive seeing that kind of interaction because of the way he has built his audience and relationship with them. But having that reliability of knowing tFay is going to be on it, 5 minutes after I clock into work, I know what I'm watching when I'm not doing anything at my desk.
Yeah, so schedules is someone in chat is asking, is the scale to make a difference? And this is just tying in, so I'm just gonna go ahead and answer it. It makes so much a difference that people are literally in your
It's
chat
my wife.
before you go live. Which like is a thing. When you're so good, when you're that consistent, and you can have people in your chat before, like I freak out if I'm not able to start if I cannot start on the exact minute, I freak
I
out because
love that
people are gonna be
image.
like, oh my gosh, like what, where is tFay? Is he dead? He's not live when he's supposed to be, and he isn't tagging everyone and apologizing for it. But yeah, no, schedules help.
You should do you set up your the bot to apologize for tagging everyone when you go live? Okay.
Yep.
I ignore when tFay goes live notifications from Discord because like I know he went live. I follow him on Twitch.
Well,
I don't need
you'd
a
say
Discord
that,
notification. Let me know.
but people have actually been late because they said I was waiting for the Discord notification.
That is also true. Twitch can drop the ball.
So for my streams, the duration, I tend to try to stream for like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I rarely get the occasion to stream more, even though I would like to. Let's see. I can talk a tiny bit about my history with schedules, streaming wise, if you'd like.
Honestly, it doesn't matter. Lulu, it doesn't matter. Talk about anything. Just start talking, man. You'll bring in the views.
I get it. And it's like I'm not even allowed to end the podcast anymore because people are like, get Lulu back. No one cares
Alright,
about the
You
next
almost made me
episode.
spit my food out.
Sorry, tFay, I can't co-host this with you. You need Lulu to do this.
But yes,
Poppy, come here.
schedules. So, schedules are, as I said, very magical. So, what I tried to do at the beginning, I did 2 times a week on Monday and Wednesday. Then, after a few weeks, I very sneakily added a day on the Wednesday, which made it 3 times a week. I streamed from like 8 p.m., 8:30 p.m. to like around 10.
Oh, sorry.
That is an absolutely cute sound.
You want to say hi, Poppy?
Hi.
For those confused, Hebi has a child, and he's bringing
Sorry
the
about
child
that.
next to the mic. It's fine, just giving context for anyone going, what the fuck did Hebi
Yeah,
do?
and you know what? I'll say this because no one told me when I joined this community. Not the same Poppy as that we have in the chat sometimes. Oh my god!
We have
you
2
guys don't
Poppies in the
understand
chat.
how confusing that was. Oh my god! It's Poppy's birthday, and then I message him, "Hey, Poppy, happy birthday!" Nope, not his birthday. Sorry, bud.
This is why we give names to
Oh,
all the
man.
Jesses we have.
You're not wrong there.
Also, you know,
See.
come on, people, come up with more unique names.
Sorry if I interrupted.
Oh no, it's okay. I think it's important to have like intermissions of cuteness. Indeed. But yeah, like that actually raises a very fine point, which is how do you stream as a parent? Because you obviously have to dedicate your time to your family, to your child. I personally stream when my children are sleeping.
Yeah,
So,
that's. I'm sorry, I wasn't
uh,
sure if you were finished with the question.
no, I can finish. So yeah, that's why I tend to stream after 8 p.m. Though these days it's around 9 p.m. because they just struggle so much to go to bed. Um, and yeah, like, and that's why I can't really stream more than 2 hours because you have to go to bed at one point and wake up in the morning before the children are up to see your family a tiny bit before going to change diapers. And something I tried actually. Give me a second. Yeah, you can talk for a tiny bit. I need to burp.
Oh yeah. No, as far as the kid thing goes, yeah, it's difficult sometimes, and we've had a few little mishaps because of bath time and stuff that actually led me to look into a black background blur. Didn't have to do my VODs if she ran out from the bath into the camera. But yeah, usually what we do, since my wife is with me usually, we alternate nights with the PC because we both stream, and we take turns putting the baby through her paces before she goes to bed and stuff. Like we bathe her, brush her teeth, read her story, put her to bed, and all that jazz. We have like a little routine that we keep, but that usually leaves the other parent available to do whatever it is they're wanting to do for the evening on the PC, whether it's stream or watch a video or whatever. And then after she's in bed and we've wrapped up whatever we're doing, we spend the rest of our time together for the evening.
I was gonna go back to
I see.
the stream length. Like, and I think tFay would agree with this. Like 3 to 4 hours is where you're gonna see a lot of growth, a lot of
Yes. Statistically,
it's
3 to 4 hours is your ideal
Is peak.
streaming thing.
And it sucks. I get it. There are nights when I get home and I don't want to stream like more than 2 hours, but 3 to 4 hours, if you want continuous, steady growth, that's what you got to aim for, and that sucks. It's not really fair.
I also say this as someone in the old days of the No Frame saga, where I used to stream 5 to 6 times a day, 1 to 2 hours. Can
Back in my day.
confirm. Back in my day, I old person. Yeah, and on the flip side, and this is actually a very emphasis kind of for the newer streamers or potentially new streamers. Do not, and emphasize, do not think that streaming 10 plus hours is going to magically increase your view count. It may get people to follow you because of the hype, but then they'll probably forget you exist.
I would like to interject because we never actually asked tFay the question of when he started streaming, but all of them together are roughly within the same time frame. I think tFay has about 6 months on the rest of it.
I started streaming around June or July. I don't remember which one it is.
So you
wanna
only
say
have
last
1 to
year.
2 months. I was August of last year.
My founders are their 10th month right now.
I was October.
All right, Lila says June.
Yeah.
All right, so June. So a little more than a month will be my 1-year anniversary, guys. Look forward to that stream. I have absolutely no idea. I'm thinking of doing a throwback stream, but besides that, I don't know. But maybe we'll have guest star Lulu and Hebi's midriff again for that stream. We'll see.
Wouldn't a throwback stream be like you playing Animal Crossing for hours on end?
No,
Oh, God.
I didn't actually stream Animal Crossing. I've actually have one Animal Crossing
did you
stream
not?
in my entire history of streaming.
For some reason, I thought that's what you started around with because of the turnips and stuff.
Well, yeah,
well,
that's
that's-
why I like tFay. One Animal Crossing stream. Okay. I
So
forgot.
the turnips thing is from Animal Crossing. It's because before I was a streamer, I became known for working the market in Animal Crossing. I was I guess you could say a pro Nookazon user, because I can get any item in the game or village or whatever, or sell things right away, because I was just really good. I would literally spend 10 hours a day on Nookazon. I was very, very good at what I do. And when I wanted to be a streamer, I wanted a logo. And I literally, again, I don't recommend this. But Hebi's midriff paid me to go on Fiverr and pay a bunch of different artists to make me a OC. And my only requirements for these OCs was have to do with the moon and be some kind of merchant, right? And I just alluded to Animal Crossing, and I got a bunch of different bunch of different things, but the one that I loved the most was Sukino, the moon bunny, and she just happened to have turnips, and we just ran with it. But no, I'm not an Animal Crossing streamer.
Because I don't think anyone's gonna beat by the end of the year.
Oh, ouch.
Oh,
Ouch.
man.
Isn't it gonna what by the end of the year?
Be Animal Crossing. That's the other thing. So for especially you guys, do you guys track video game trends of like what people are playing? Does that matter to you when you're picking what game to play next?
Me personally, no. tFay definitely.
Oh yeah, tFay's a trend follower, definitely.
I think, let's see, if I track the trend to see what game to play, I would say no, actually. A part of it is due to maybe not having the hardware or the software for that matter. But that's a lot of that's a whole another layer of dedication and analysis that I didn't think about putting into the streams. But I get that some people do that, trying to ride the wave of popularity.
If it
Yeah,
means
'cause, like,
anything.
with Pokemon Snap coming out, like you're gonna see a lot of people playing the N64 version this week. I would love to see the pickup of that from, let's say, a month ago to now, how many channels are now streaming Pokemon Snap?
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so many. Now, here's like, so just as a disclaimer for anyone who thinks that, like, I guess is Lulu's comment, you need my dedication, all that. I coincidentally happen to track trends and look up YouTube game reviews and what's popular. I did that before I was a streamer. So it just happened to be that my hobbies coincided with things that help with streaming, whatever. So I'd be like, just earlier today, I was watching, some reviews on Pokemon Snap just because I love game reviews. I just think they're great. I love game design and all that stuff. I don't know if anyone ever watches Joseph Anderson. I think that's his name. He has like 3-hour YouTube videos analyzing games. If you like the Witcher series, oh my gosh, his reviews on those, might as well be the game itself.
If I was going to put another point on it, I would say I don't generally follow trends as far as what I'm going to stream. I look into something that I'm going to enjoy so that I don't get bored and I'm not just streaming it to try and garner an audience. I'm going to do something that's genuinely bringing me some sort of entertainment so that I am not just, what's the word? Basically reaching out for attention. I'm doing something that I enjoy and want to share with other people. But at the same time, there are some games that I enjoy that I don't think make good streaming material, so I usually just play them offline on my own time. Such as like
if you want to stream Honey Pop 2, you could stream Honey Pop 2. Just put on mature rating.
well, I mean, that's more you and Noctis' thing, but I was talking about, like, Cyberpunk, obviously that's not stream safe, so you can't
Why me?
do that.
What?
But,
why
like,
have I ever played anything like
personally,
Pop?
I really enjoy playing Final Fantasy 14, but I don't think there's content in that for me where I'm at because I'm at in-game content and mostly just doing extra stuff to collect things. So, and
sorry, I had a good laugh there.
I feel like I'm being called out here.
Being called out for what?
But no. When it comes, so I guess for the sake of giving advice regarding in terms of trying to balance trends versus new games, it's you basically want to imagine you basically had 10 of the top trendiest games, right? That you have access to for the sake of argument. Then your goal as a streamer, if you're looking to improve, is to pick the game of those trendy games that you would actually enjoy. It might not necessarily be what you most want to play at the time, but you could still enjoy it. For example, you're not going to see me playing Apex or Valorant. I know those are very popular streaming categories. Yep. I don't care
Apex
how much they
is sitting at number 10, and Valorant is sitting at number 6, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. I don't care how much they're trending. I'm not playing those games because I'm not a first-person shooter kind of guy. So I'm not going to be doing those games even if they're trending, right? Now, if you see a game like Story of Seasons, Stardew Valley, Pokemon Snap, if I felt like it, like if I, see a game that I'm looking into, that I'm interested in, that's trending, that's priority, obviously, because, you might as well take advantage of them. But like, you want to find that balance. Don't put yourself too far out there in terms of trending, because if you're not enjoying it, waste some money and all that stuff. But at the same time, like, you don't have to pick the most niche game in existence. Assuming you want to grow. Obviously, if you just want to entertain the audience, play whatever the frick you want.
I honestly thought the Rogue Heroes game I was playing was going to garner more attention because it's such a throwback to like old school top-down Zelda dungeon games, but it has that roguelite element that a lot of newer games like to throw at you, and it's really entertaining.
That's the problem. It doesn't garner the Zelda views. If you want, like,
yeah, if you put literally Zelda in your category, you say, all right, like, let's, for example, this is going back to our discussion on the categories. People will probably enjoy the game, but I've never heard of the game, right? Before you told me.
I haven't either.
And I'm sure that could be most people. So if you're looking at categories on Twitch, if you're not already aware of the game's existence, even if you would love the game, if you saw it, who's going to look at it?
Give me a second. What was the name of the game, by the way? Hebi?
It's called Rogue Heroes, Ruins of Tassos, TASOS.
Rogue Heroes, Ruins
It's
of Tankers.
basically a roguelite version of Zelda Four Swords. And it's really entertaining. I really want to try the multiplayer aspect, but I don't again know a lot of people that play it. And like the one or two people I do know that have it, they ended up getting it on the Switch, whereas I got it on PC and there's no crossplay, unfortunately.
So for example, only 3 channels are currently streaming it with 11 viewers.
Oh my.
I'm not like we're me and
That's
Victor
like
are
one of
playing a
those.
game called It Takes Two, and it's a lot of fun. It's not gonna pull in the views, and
Oh, I get that.
that's
But
the
that's what I'm
side,
saying though.
you
It's
know?
like you find this random diamond in the rough and you hope people will like it and it just doesn't pull with
Well,
people for some reason.
oh,
Yes.
that happens.
So this is where you got to think about your audience and promotion and stuff like that. I mean, influencer, like big streamers can play whatever the hell they want, and this is kind of like one of those things where you say you work hard to not work kind of thing. Now, the bigger streamers have to suck it up and they have to take advantage of the trends and play things they don't necessarily want to until they have a bigger community, and then they can choose to play the niche game and build up from there because they have people who are going to come see them regardless of what they play.
And
That's
that's
a
a fair
very
point.
good point.
That is
But-
fair. You're gonna have you need to decide whether like what your goal as a streamer is, to be honest. You need to decide if you want to garner views, you need to get good at Fortnite or Minecraft, and you'll get views. But if you
Eh,
like and I'm curious, so we know we know when we started, but why did we start streaming? Because for me, I hadn't played video games before I started streaming for a long time. Like what was it? I was trying to think. Like Super Metroid, ones like that. I had never played before, and streaming was a reason to play it. I'm curious why you guys decided what games you wanted to play for sure when you started streaming.
Do you mind if I start?
yeah, go ahead.
Go for it.
I would say originally I got into it for the community. I had no expectations when I first started streaming regularly to hit affiliate within a reasonable time frame because I didn't know how to network or start views. And then tFay found me and just put me in the spotlight and like, here you go, here's 50 followers, like within 3 days. And I was just like, holy crap. And then like 2 days later, I got sub bombed and made my first Twitch payout within a week of streaming. And I was just like, this is not happening. This is crazy. This is not anything I was expecting all too fast. And then it all settled down and went back to what I thought it was going to be growth wise and expectancy for views and things like this. So I was like, okay, this seems more about what I was expecting. I was kind of hoping I could hold on to that wave and ride it a little further, but with everything going on in my life, like I said, it was hard for me to hold a schedule, hold a regular stream or anything like that. And I really enjoy the community aspect of it though, and that was the main factor for me doing it because I just like talking to people. I like playing games and sharing fun moments with people, and I wasn't able to really do that outside of Twitch, and it gave me that opportunity. So
Lulu, did you want to go next or you want me?
I can say a little something. So yeah, as I said before, I started with Monster Hunter due to some friends like watching me, and from there on, like you start and your setup is not the best. It's very rough around the edges, but you've got something, and then you're like, I kind of want to improve it because you want to make it the best experience for your friends. So you start by tinkering with your microphone filters in Open Broadcast Studio. You start putting some chill music in the background to try to calm the nerves. And yeah, after a while you're like, yeah, that's kind of fun and nice. Um, but But yeah, the choice of the game. I the way I choose a game. I mean, I didn't play that many games until now. Like, it was really focused on Monster Hunter. But I feel like I would pick a game that that uh, that doesn't have that many people streaming it. Like, you brought a very great point of if you have a following, you can stream whatever. But yeah,
Okay, so here's a question more aimed at tFay, because we've been asking lots of questions to the other streamers. So tFay, so like Yuki in chat has talked about kind of like a unsure of what to stream. What would you recommend to someone that has seen a dip in viewers? Because it'll happen to no matter who you are, you're going to see a dip in viewers. Eventually, even if it's temporary, you're going to see it. And so, what do you do? And what would you do in a moment like that? What do you do?
Well, funny enough, this is actually a conversation I had with another streamer, I think 2 weeks ago. Um, for those who don't know, people actually do come to me for questions like this because I'm apparently some streaming advice column, apparently. If this is what I told them, if you're not happy with, if you're seeing like a dip of viewers or whatever, and you're like, well, nothing I do is going to bring in new viewers, whatever. Or let's just say hypothetically, just like no viewers. If you're a really new streamer, let's say you're trying to get bring in all the people and stuff like that, then stream. My advice is literally take advantage of this time and experiment the crap with your streams. Try different overlays, different streaming tactics, different games, how you react to things. Because if you're at a low, or let's say bottom out, if that is your issue, it's not going to get worse. And so this gives you a chance to mess around and learn new things and experiment with new things. Right? Because I can tell you that my stream has undergone many changes since it first started out. And sometimes what you try isn't going to work, and that's okay. Just keep going. I guess if you're gonna say, but like, if your people might counter, but I get depressed if I see 0 viewers or whatever. Well, then I can make the argument of like, okay, but if you don't stream, you also have 0 viewers because you're not live. So unless if you're affiliate already, also your average view count objectively does not matter unless you're going for partner. So like, is it just a personal thing you don't like seeing the number 0 on a view count, or
tFay partner when?
I see. I personally disabled the viewers count due to me looking a tiny bit too much at it at times.
I
And
mean,
yeah, you raised the best points experimenting, and I still do that. I still try to experiment with my stuff. And so I
I guess
think,
I would say.
yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say. You need to identify why you want to stream at all. Like I said, if you're only doing it for the viewers, that's going to be a lot harder on you because no matter who you are, no matter what you stream, you're going to see a dip in viewers. I would say you need to attach some other reason for streaming beyond you want 100 people to watch you get a headshot on Fortnite.
well, I mean, also there's like the question of when people say, nobody's watching me, and I'm like, all right, how many people know you're live? And then people will say like, oh, but I put myself in a promote yourself channel. I'm like, all right, that's great, but hypothetically, if a person has a Discord muted or they have that channel muted, they're not going to look there. And if you're not following a set schedule, it's basically a crapshoot if they're going to know you're live. And so it makes it that much harder to get views, even from your friends or whatever, right? Even if, let's say, all right, let's say I'm Lulu's biggest fan and I want to watch Lulu, but I have absolutely no idea when Lulu's going to go live, right? Then it's just I have to get freakishly lucky. And
That's
you
a
know,
very
Or
good point.
don't turn off notifications on their Twitch.
I mean, even if you leave on notifications, Twitch breaks. Twitch will notify people 5 hours after someone's live, or you're not looking at your phone. I mean, even if you have Twitch notifications, right? Let's say you're taking a nap because you have nothing to do. But if you heard that, if you knew, hey, Lulu's gonna be live at exactly this time, that people are gonna come for that. I mean, if we end up bringing Lulu and Hebi on as guests for another podcast episode, people are gonna set their alarms because they're gonna be here for it.
I see, and we agree that's going back to schedules, I think. That so people can know when you're live.
Yeah, so even if I know a lot of people with schedule, especially with the less committed streamers who have other life stuff to do, whether it be families, jobs, or whatever, they say, I can't, pre-plan in a week when I'm going live. I can give a suggestion of how about time windows, as it were. So you can say, if I'm going to go live, it's going to be between this time or this time, right? So then if I know, I'm just gonna keep using Lulu, so I don't have to call it another streamer. Or I guess I'll use Hebi's midriff in this case. So if I know Hebi's midriff is going to be potentially going live between 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. on certain weekdays, let's say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Not committed because Hebi's midriff has stuff to do, right? I can check Twitch during those time slots if I happen to be free, and I can go see if Hebi's midriff is live, and if Hebi's midriff is live, I can watch Hebi's midriff. On the other hand, otherwise, not. But you gotta give people some kind of expectation, right? Because not everyone's gonna be literally refreshing Twitch over and over again to see if you're live, and then just watching you, no matter how much they want to watch you.
I see. Very good point.
Also, does anyone have questions for in the chat? Now, obviously, people listening can't listen to the chat, but if anyone has questions that they want to propose for us from the chat, this is a pretty solid time to ask. Also, big annoyance to the embedding portion that I'm gonna have to do later, but I'm very happy that people seem to be invested in this podcast as we're going much longer than I anticipated. And that we're, at least as far as I can tell, not sick of each other yet, which is also good.
So how long did you expect this would go?
I mean, I was estimating an hour. I was just like, I don't know I'm not sure if Hebi and Lulu are going to want to be here talking for that long. I just said, typical podcasts are 2 hours in length. It's a very standard podcast length time, which is apparently what we're going to be doing today. But I wasn't sure, given our first episode, how things were going to go. So I just estimated an hour.
Yeah. Problem is, me and you like to hear ourselves talk a little too much. I think that's really the problem.
Well, that's
otherwise
also
we would have been
very
under the
good
1
point.
hour.
Okay. Question from the live audience. How much should you spend on equipment for a beginning streamer? Oh, that's actually I'm actually annoyed. That's such a good question. Because
okay, sorry, we had
you should have prepared for this. Oh
had a diaper emergency.
Oh, no worries, Hebi. We actually had a question from the live audience, and it's actually a very good question. How much should you spend on equipment for a beginning streamer?
Whatever you have lying around the house, I would say.
Yeah,
if you're going to start streaming and you don't have the money to go out and buy stuff, just whatever you have around the house, because people will watch, it seems like literally anything on Twitch. People will stream with no audio, no video, just themselves playing on a PS4 or an Xbox, and they still will get decent numbers.
I mean,
oh yeah,
I grew a community, and I had debatably bigger view counts than a lot of streamers who put money into their streams, and I had no frames. My streams lasted 30 minutes.
With a lot of help from your friends.
Yeah. But to be fair, that's not really your equipment problem. That was your ISP
friends.
problem.
Oh, no. My point is more that even with streams that are barely streams, you could still get views rather than
that's fair.
The cause of my issues.
I would say for some.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Sorry. I was going to say, for someone starting out, it doesn't matter there's a workaround for everything and for every budget. So like if you don't have a camera, you can do like we're doing now and just have a PNG avatar, or you can look into the software to do an actual 3D VTuber
Or you
avatar.
can use your phone,
You
which is
can
also free.
use your phone, which you can hook up with a USB and use an app. There's apps literally for everything. You do like you see these people with the fancy $150, $200 stream decks and stuff like that. There's free apps on your phone or tablet that you can do with that. The software, there are paid software programs. There's free software programs like what we use, OBS, Streamlabs, whatever. Um, really, it just comes down to what you want to stream on platform wise. Like, obviously, if you're limited to a console, that's going to be a little bit harder for some of the things like overlays and stuff because it's not really built into the software for those. But if you do have access to a computer, it doesn't really take that much to set these
Okay.
things up. Like I thought this was going to be a lot harder than it was, and I was surprised at how easy I was able to set everything up and get started.
Oh, because there's a lot of people that have a little bit of money to spend. I'm curious what the average cost of like a USB microphone. So what you do is you get a microphone that plugs directly into your computer. You don't run it through an amp or any sort of like audio controller. And then you get a camera that runs at 1080p is the most common. I don't know if they even make cameras anymore that stream at less than that. Honestly,
720p is pretty common for webcams.
Also,
And
you can
then-
think about what you're going to use it for. Especially with
Sure.
our current time, if you are a work at home person, see if you can get your business or like the people you work for, throw some money in for a camera or something like that. Because like I need a camera for the Zoom calls or the microphone. Whether you want to have meetings with me, I can't afford it. They're like, all right, we have money in our budget, we can get it. And then if
That's
you
true.
happen to use it for streaming, well, that's coincidence.
It's actually funny.
exactly.
My biggest thing that I liked as an upgrade that wasn't necessary for me, but it seemed to improve my overall quality, was investing in the standalone microphone versus just using like a built-in one in a gaming headset. Like it just made a world of difference when I switched from using the little boom mic on my headset to an actual condenser microphone, which you can find so many deals on if you look around. There's always some sort of sale or coupon or open box item.
Okay, my question, I'm sure a lot of people in chat would be curious. Hey Lulu, Mr. Sexy Voice himself, what did you spend on your mic? How do we sound as good as you?
My microphone is actually it's quite old by now. Like I got this when I was a teenager. Like my brother got it for me. I think it was around 60 euros. It's an USB microphone too. It's a Blue Ball Yeti thing.
Oh yeah, those are pretty
Yep.
popular.
That's a
Yeah.
very
Very popular.
common standard starting mic. Also, guys, just pointing out that you don't need the expensive mics. You just need Lulu's vocal.
You just need to speak French and you will do well.
But yes, like that's the microphone I have, and I what's makes the sound good to say in the streams is really tackling like the filters in your streaming software, like a noise gate, noise reduction, this kind of thing.
Yes, there are.
I definitely
options
need
for-
to do more research.
There are actually, if people don't know, options for adjusting your voice within your OBS. Have fun with the headache.
But I can say something about my setup actually, because I don't even have a desk. I'm sitting on the floor. So, when I started, I was sitting on a table on a wooden chair. But when I wanted to start using a green screen, first of all, my green screen is like two Wii Fit mats pinned together on two chairs. So I did with what I had around. Like I searched for green stuff and I found the Wi-Fi mats. So
You don't actually need a green screen to do a green screen.
That is true.
but yeah,
I guess I'll do a shameless plug for the Discord, for Luna. Hit the exclamation point Discord in chat to get access to it. But there are programs like Crisp, and there's a couple other ones that will automatically like filter your, even if you have like a cheap USB mic like me and Vixen do, it helps deaden all the clickety clack
Oh,
of your keyboard and stuff like that.
I would like to chime in on that too. Cuddly Cat Dad turned me on to a NVIDIA program actually called NVIDIA Broadcast that gives you filter setups automatically adjusted for your microphone, your headset, and your camera. And that's what I use for my background blur. So, and it works really well. I also use it for noise removal on my microphone, and it just works as another audio source in your computer setup.
Noctis, can you repeat where people can find this information in this said Discord?
Exclamation point Discord. We have a help me stream channel that you can go in and ask experienced streamers like tFay and myself that have been doing this for years. And it's not just us, it's the entire community can help chime in. Because everybody's gonna have a different solution to it. And that's what makes it so awesome.
Yeah. Any other questions from the live audience? As for this, especially for the sake of converting this thing, I do not want to try to go too much over 2 hours. Especially
see.
if someone wants to try to upload this on YouTube. God help your soul.
We just said 3 to 4 hours is best. Let's go 4 hours, all right? Max the timer out.
You do realize what time it is for Lulu, right?
No, I just know what time it is for myself. Lulu's in France, so I have to imagine he's probably 8 hours ahead of me, which puts him right about 3:48 a.m.
Yeah, I actually like woke up at like 1:30 a.m. for the podcast. I was like, I woke up multiple times. I was like, oh
Oh
no,
my.
I missed it. I missed the podcast, and I looked at my phone and I sighed in relief. It's
So
So we have
Lulu.
about 10 minutes left if we want
we
to
have
close
about
it out at
10
2
minutes
hours.
left. Yeah, we're gonna close it up in 2 hours.
Do we
So
want to
especially
like split it up and do like closing statements?
if no one has any questions from the audience, yeah, we can do some closing statements. Midriff, if you would like to start. I mean, Hebi, what?
Give us a reason to follow you, Midriff. There you go. 5 minutes. Go.
There we go. Okay. Well, if you haven't heard, if you're coming in late, my name is Hebi89. I am a variety streamer similar to tFay. I kind of play every little thing that just catches my interest. I'm sporadic right now, but eventually I'll work on a schedule that I'm gonna try and get done when I get my house back, which might be in the next 3 or 4 months, hopefully. Fingers crossed. I want to thank everybody that tuned in this evening and supported this. I really hope it goes somewhere because this seems really fun, and I would actually like to come back at some point. So yeah, check me out. Check out my midriff. You can redeem it as a point reward, and I'll put it on screen for you. And that's about it from me.
That was
Thank you
the
guys for
shortest 5
having me.
minutes I've ever seen. All right, Lulu.
That was a very short 5 minutes. All right, Lulu, go ahead and bring us up to partner levels of viewers.
so why should you follow me? I guess that's the question. But yeah, I want to make you feel relaxed. That is pretty much my main goal. I want, yeah, that I actually, why do people follow me? That's a good question. But yeah,
It's the voice.
I guess, yeah, I guess. But yeah, I do, I stream games with like chill music and a soft tone. So I get if you want to feel relaxed, you can drop by and we can have some fun chatting and this kind of thing. Yeah, that's my piece. It's even shorter.
Okay, sounds good. So I'll just say this openly, guys. So for at the moment, we are thinking of having a podcast every 2 weeks, as we're getting into the swing of things. But if we end up having a large surge of popularity with this podcast, we can add we can do 10 times a week with Lulu and every episode if that's what you guys really want. But that's the point. The next episode, as of right now, we have the infamous person of chaos, our lovely banana lanced Zambi, gonna be here. We don't have another guest star yet. If you are someone you know is interested in being on the podcast with the banana himself, feel free to hit us up. All right. Honestly, might add a podcast channel just for you guys to drop in questions you might want to have. I do see some people in the chat thanking us for answering the questions. It's helpful. So that is kind of the point of the podcast. We want to be able to help those newer streamers out there with all of their, new streamer problems. Also, shout outs for Lulu for giving the idea for this podcast.
Absolutely. This was a really good idea. I'm enjoyed the hell out of it.
Yeah.
It is very enjoyable.
Noctis, what about you?
What do you mean?
What do you got to say for everybody before we end?
If you want to learn how to be a good gamer, if you want to learn how to be a good streamer, if you want to learn to be the best you can be, come follow me at https:// Noctis alum. Come give me a follow. I'll tell you all the hottest tips, the pro strats. We're gonna make a gamer god out of you. All right, I'm done.
That's it?
I mean, it's pretty much, we have lovely streamers in here. Me and Noctis are going to be here for every single podcast. Because this is just what we do, apparently, now.
I think Lulu took my space, so I'm going to be honest
Lulu
here.
definitely took your space. Yeah, I was going to comment, that it's not /, it's definitely / is in the URL.
Okay, let's get, you go left to right, it is definitely leaning to the back. I'm just saying.
You go left to right.
If the top is the head, it's leaning forward.
No, look at your web address. The left, if you're going from left to right, the head, we'll call it, is leaning to the back.
Do you want me to screenshot what my web address looks like right now? Because it's definitely not.
Okay,
I could make a last statement from me.
/ is located under backspace.
Yes, I understand that / is located under backspace. Do you want me to? I will screenshot what my
okay.
What it looks
like. See, this is gonna be this
not.
newest hot debate I spark in chat or Discord is gonna be what the backsplash. Oh my god!
Okay, I 100% am seeing that. Oh, apparently it thinks that that's a command if I type in / because I'm the owner of the channel. Yeah. Frick, I can't type in the / that I see because
just add a space.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Oh
Thank
my
you,
god! Like I call myself a gamer god on stream and no one bats an eye, but I call it backsplash. And everyone loses their mind.
Apparently, we are now good. The final segment of this podcast is officially piss off the chat, where we're going to say something to piss off the chat. Wow, did the chat get active really quickly?
Bro, black splash.
That is actually a very common. All right, that is a final piece of advice for anyone. If your chat is, if you have a lot of viewers and your chat's dead, all right, say something controversial. I've done it myself. It works. I've literally I remember we had this. The chat was literally dead, and I merely said the word candy, and suddenly everyone would not shut up for like 30 minutes because they wanted to just talk about candy.
Okay, listen up. I have opinions about Chicago deep dish pizza.
Oh God.
We should talk about it.
No, we'll save that for next time. If you guys want to see whether or not we should have bananas on Chicago deep dish pizza, you know, be sure to tune
Isn't
in
that
for
cannibalism?
the next one. Only if you're a banana. But then again, he is also a Zambi, so on point.
That was the joke.
I don't know, Heavy. You know you're not allowed to tell jokes around here.
All
right.
joke and everyone
Yeah.
loses their mind.
I host the stream. Noctis tells the jokes. Lulu talks, and you're eye candy. Except for the people who are
Ooh,
only
I
listening
like
to the
this.
audio of this. Well, then I guess they don't see Heavy.
If I'm the eye candy, then Lulu is the ear candy.
Well, why? You know, obviously we have a very deadly combo for our first time. Next episode's going to be chaos, and I have absolutely no idea. Chaos and something.
Ooh, what's our boy band name?
Is it a boy band if it's what, us four or just you two? Or
No, I think 4 people can be a boy band, right?
Midriff Backsplash.
All right. On that, we are going to end.